Hello, dear students. Welcome to our English class. I am glad to see you. Let's start. Dear friends, the topic of our lesson is the passive voice. Look at our plan. Today we are going to present the passive, practice the present simple of passive, practice the past simple of the passive. Today, we will revise active and passive voices. Look at the examples. Dave makes a cake. Dave is a subject. Makes is a verb. A cake is an object. In active voice, we start the sentences with the subjects. Look at the next example. A cake is made by Dave. It is a passive voice. In the passive voice, we start the sentence with the objects. Look at the ruler, please. The sentence structure changes if we start the sentence with the object of the active sentence as a subject. Now, look at the theory of the passive voice. We use passive form when we don't know who did the action. For example, the window was broken an hour ago. We use the passive voice form when we are interested in what happens, not who it is done by. For example, his watch was stolen in the street. To form the passive verb form, we need the verb to be and the past participle of the main verb. The subject of the active sentence becomes the agent, the person doing the action, and is introduced with by. The passive sentences gives emphasis to the action rather than the person who did it. Now look at the formation of the passive voice in present and past simple tenses. Present simple of active we use main verbs after the subjects. For a negative form we use do or does. And in interrogative forms we use do or does before the subjects. In passive forms we use are or is and the main verb. For negative form we use not after are or is. And in interrogative form, we use are or is before the subject. Now, past simple forms. Past simple active, we use ed and in or second forms of the main verbs. For negative forms, we use auxiliary did, and in interrogative forms, we use auxiliary did before the subjects. Passive forms of past simple we use was or were auxiliary verbs and the main verb in past participle. For negative forms we use not after was or were, and in interrogative forms we use was or were before the subjects. Let's have a practice. The first task is fill in is or are. Take your time, please. Let's check together. Most films are made in Hollywood. Second sentence, Jim Carrey is known for his comedies. The Cannes Film Festival is held every May. Changes to actors' lines are sometimes made at the last minute. Pixar Animation Studios is based in California, USA. Nomad is set in 18th century Kazakhstan. The second task. Write the sentence in the passive voice. Take your time, please. Let's check together. First, Macbeth was written by William Shakespeare. The Lord of the Rings was filmed in New Zealand. The Dark Knight was released in 2008. Twilight was directed by Catherine Hardwicke. Slumdog Millionaire was nominated for 10 Academy Awards in 2009. Nomad was filmed in Kazakhstan. So let's finish our lesson. Today we've presented the passive, practices the present simple of the passive, practices the past simple of the passive. My dear friends, our lesson is over. See you next time.